Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session of Design It Day Automotive, where we'll be tackling one of the most commonly used parts of an automotive subsystem, which is the infotainment subsystem. It's perhaps one of the areas where we interact with the most. And in this session, one of our FAEs from Yageo, Oliver Steidel, will be looking into some of the passive component selections that make for a successful automotive infotainment subsystem implementation. So, Oliver, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much, Wilmer. Yes, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Oliver Steidel, and I'm field application engineer in Europe for the distribution development team. I have technician degree in medical engineering, and I'm technician in radio and TV technology with master craftsman's diploma. I'm in Yageo since 3 years. If you have questions to the topic infotainment, you can reach me using the following contact data. Feel free to contact me also in case of technical support regarding the passives and the active components from Yageo Group. Today, we talk about the infotainment solutions. The Yageo Corporation was founded in 1977. Today, we become a powerhouse as a world-class provider of passives and active components, together with KEMET, Pulse, and Vitrum. In addition to the SMD resistors and MLCCs, Yageo also provides solutions and circuit protections with TVS diodes, metalloxide varistors, ESD arrays, also in capacitors with technologies from ECAP over film caps, polymer and tantalum to supercaps. There are many more products, also inductors, sensors, antennas you can find on our website. Compared to other applications, the requirements of the automotive industry for application and specification components are stricter, especially for the things such high reliability, resistance to high temperature and high humidity. The products for the automotive industry is designed to fulfill customer expectations and demonstrate Yageo's commitment to this area in the industry. Here I show you the chip rank #1 from Yageo. Yageo is currently ranked as the world #1 in chip resistors with an output quantity of 100 billion pieces a month. And this is 1/3 of the whole worldwide market share. That's why we can say we are the #1 about quantity output. What you can see here is the chip resistors capacity. Output by case size from Yageo. The factories are based in Kaohsiung in the north of Taiwan and in Suzhou, China. All our factories are EHTF 16949 certified to meet the quality and safety certifications for the automotive industry. A long time ago, this is my Citroen Traction Avant 11CV from 1953. Infotainment was quite easy at that time. You can see inside my dashboard was really nice. But today, the even increasing presence of electronics in the automotive environment requires a wide diversity of passive components, possessing at once product characteristics and superior reliability. In the following minutes, I will give you more details about the products from Yageo for infotainment systems. Cars from today using a lot of different applications to make car driving more safely, secure, and comfortable. The infotainment systems are not longer only a radio connected with an antenna. It's much more today, like audio and video infotainment systems, surround sound, active speakers, also connected with the World Wide Web. Body control module for seatbelt system and airbags, navigation system, GPS and GLONASS, tire pressure system monitoring, wiper system, interval, rain sensor, heating, ventilating and air conditioning, keyless entry system, board computer for battery charging, rear seat and front seat entertainment, reconfigurable infotainment cluster, digital cockpit processing unit, voltage conditioning module, entry-level instrument cluster, automotive e-mirrors, and everything can be controlled by the driver over the infotainment system. SMD resistors dominate the most PCB boards. That's why Yageo followed the design trend to fulfill customer needs about high reliability and long-term stability. The resistor usage in the automotive industry increased by 10 times from 2,000 pieces for a traditional car to approximately 13,000 pieces for a full electro vehicle. Also, the Internet of Things, IoT, and the infrastructure for charging applications like wall chargers is a big driver in this area. A single car has about approximately 30,000 parts, counting every part down to the smallest screws. If we look at the market trend for automotive applications, we see an increasing demand for chip resistors driven from regulations and also consumer driven. A new record for the global number of electrical cars, around 7.9 million electrical vehicles were registered globally in 2019. Over 2 million vehicles more than in the previous year, increased more than 10 times since 2013. This slide shows the demand for our chips quantity to the year 2030 and reach 737 billion pieces a year overall, worldwide manufacturers for automotive art chips. This is a block diagram for an infotainment system. You can see that there are different areas like communications, display, and audio controllers, also for video and audio. In the next slide, you can see today's systems have multiple converters attached to the main power supply. This creates design concerns with having enough reservoir available both at inputs and outputs of each section. Care must be taken to place the right capacitor as well the right output resistor on each converter to minimize the parasitic properties on circuit operations. Here an example for a PWM controller circuit. In order to prevent output leakage current from activating the power switch, the output should be shunted to ground with a current sense resistor from Yageo. We have different series to have the best solutions with low resistance value and low TCR. We're coming to chip resistors, automotive and technology. We have different resistors technologies. These give the customers more freedom for using the right product in the design process to get the best out of it. Here you can see our thick film, thin film, and current sensors for the use in automotive equipment. Only a specialty design solution manufactured using selected materials can meet the needs of harsh environmental conditions and safety systems where sulfur may be a challenge. Yageo has the ultimate solutions with their series of anti-sulfur resistors, AC, AF, and AT. Also, a wide terminal version is available. Also, the metal current sensors are a special area from Yageo to give here the best solutions to the market with the product portfolio. These are the growth engines from Yageo to show what kind of products we provide in different areas, from metal current sense to precision resistors. Red highlighted parts are new releases, blue highlighted parts is an upcoming release. So here you can see we're also following the miniaturization trend with chip size down to 0050, smallest chip resistor in the world. Chip resistors are categorized as thick film chip resistors or thin film chip resistors, based upon the deposition method like sputtered or screen printed. Thick film resistors are manufactured using screen printing process. Thin film resistors are made by sputtering, a method of vacuum deposition. The resistor pattern is deposited onto substrate that is typically comprised of an aluminum-based ceramic, typically aluminum oxide, Al2O3. The resistive element of thick film is 1,000 times thicker than thin films, but the principal difference is how the film is applied to the surface of the substrate. Thin film technology benefits from better deposit, unforming, and more homogeneous patterning than thick film technology. So both manufacturing methods for chip resistors have their associated advantage and disadvantage. The resistive layer for thin film resistors is deposited by conducting metal trains. The electrons passes from one metal train to the other, from a straight current flow through lowering the current noise. The resistive layer for thick film resistors is made of both metal and glass materials. When electrons move in the resistive layer, they can only transfer through metal trains since glass is non-conductive. Therefore, the directions of the current flow keep changing, which result in current noise. Thin film technology also have much lower noise level on the level of 10 to 100 times less than thick film resistors. That's why it's perfect for audio applications. The AC series in automotive grade with ACQ200 and with special sulfur test according to ASTM-B at 60 degrees for 500 hours. This series is also available as white terminal version for better heat dissipation and a better solder joint connection and much higher bending strength like the standard version. As you can see, traditionally, power dissipation had to be sacrificed to achieve miniaturization. Yagyo's response is double and triple power resistors that enable smaller sizes without undermining product performance. When we look in the last years to the field of MLCCs, multi-layer chip capacitors, a lot of people talk about downsizing trends as well in the area of SMD resistors. Yagyo also can help here. So we have series with enhanced power version to replace product sizes like 1210 to 1206 with 500 milliwatt or 2805 with 250 milliwatt. Also down to 0603 with 200 milliwatt, and by the end, also down to size of 402 with 125 milliwatt. This means you can shrink your design really easy with the products from Yagyo. As next, I will show you our AF series, designed specially for the application in sulfur environment and working under high humidity conditions. This product also tested according to ASTM-B B80995. And also with automotive grade and ACQ200. These two parts in this slide are new releases in February 2021 from Yagyo, also with ACQ200 and ASTM-B test, but this series like AS are especially for high surge applications and high pulses. The AH series is a high voltage resistor with higher working voltage and a maximum working voltage up to 1000 volts. And the AT series is our high precision product in thin film technology for the use in audio applications and divider circuits to have much higher accuracy and in TCR and tolerance. This product is also anti-sulfurated and ACQ200 qualified and has a really low resistance drift over time, resistance after soldering heat, and short time overload test. You can see that our thin film AT series has a maximum resistance change at 70 degrees. After 1000 hours, only 0.05%. And after 8000 hours, only 0.1%. This simulation shows tests after 8000 hours for the AT1206 series. You can see we keep pace against competition with our thin film products. Surface mount thick film chip resistors are inexpensive parts used in a variety of electronic systems. The silver layer of chip resistors corrodes in sulfur-containing environments, H2S, hydrogen sulfate, forming non-conducting silver sulfate, Ag2S. This called FOS, flower of sulfur formation, visible at the junction of the electrode and the protective epoxy coating. Have a look on the right picture. You can see the flower of sulfur. After production of the resistor, the inner silver contacts are fully covered by epoxy lacquer and the plated nickel and tin layer. But the nickel and the tin laying on top of the G2 lacquer The addition of nickel and tin to the G2 lacquer cannot be as good as contact to the silver. By time and during the period of working of the circuit, the resistor becomes hot. This is depending on the applied load and maybe some overpowering pulse load. High temperature by time may shrink the epoxy lacquer, and this may result in opening a gap between lacquer and plated solder. Applied protection lacquer for the circuit and rough atmosphere, condensed water with sulfur ions may deeply penetrate into the gap. The sulfur ions, gases or liquid, may penetrate the silver after opening of this gap. The reaction starts and the resistor will be destroyed by time. That's why we have special design for anti-sulfur-rated resistors against this phenomenon. We put the conduction layer C1 over the epoxy coating for protection. Also, all our automotive resistors have automotive grade with better specification and more test. These are the thick film resistors overview by resistance range tolerance. Size range and power rating also if automotive grade or ACQ 200. On this slide, you have a short overview about all our thin film products. We have like RT and AT series, especially for audio applications and low TCR and low tolerance. The overview for our current sensors, also known as shunt resistors with different technologies from metal foil to Cooper shunt. You can see here. All our specialty resistors for surge and high voltage applications you can find on this slide. Coming to the automotive TVS diodes. Yageo also has a new product in the area of circuit protection like TVS diodes, ESD protection arrays, metal oxide resistors, gas discharge tubes, spark gap protectors, thyristors, surge protectors, as well known as C-ductor diode. Also NTC sensors and PTC fuses. We have a high market range coverage. We can easily cross your bill of material to make a benchmark. Also, we have strong competitive price level. We can give support for different kind of circuit protection components, especially in the area of automotive equipment. We can support you with our TVS diodes in uni and bidirectional version as SMD and through-hole version qualified with ACQ 101 automotive certification. As well, we have other products like ESD arrays, MOV, thyristor surge protectors, spark gap protectors, PPTCs and NTCs for overcurrent protection and overvoltage protection. But why we are talking about a context between ESD and electronics? Today's electronic devices become faster and smaller, and their sensitivity ESD increases. The electrostatic parts failed when exposed to high voltage and currents, and therefore the ESD causes losses on productivity of small electronic parts. Also, during the operations of devices, the ESD leads to smaller reliability of the device as catastrophic failure might occur. We are talking about billions of dollars lost annually. What kind of ESD measures can we find commonly on PCB? Quite often to find a spark gap in different kind of shapes. When the voltage difference between the conductor exceeds the breakdown voltage of the gap, a spark forms. This is the cheapest solution for voltage higher 2 kV. The drawback have really to be considered as the spark gaps have the longest response time, and what it is even more important, the performance becomes worse after several discharges as the end becomes dual. This is why spark gaps are considered to be bad practice. Another way, or another very important measure, is the Zener diode or the TVS transient voltage suppressor diode. Those are fast-acting clamping diodes, which work in a way that once breakdown voltage is reached, the device will clamp. Otherwise, they operate open. The unidirectional diode can suppress only one directional spike. The bidirectional solution can block negative and positive ESD spikes. In most cases, an unidirectional diode is satisfactory. In this example, in case of the positive spike, the diode will clamp. In other case of negative spike, the spike will be forwarded to the ground. The diode solution has a very fast response time. The clamping voltage and the operating voltage are low. The capacitive impact on the load is also very low. And in comparison to a lot of solutions, the costs of diodes are higher and diodes are temperature sensitive. How are protection devices tested? Here are different models, which are also individual in each specification. The three most important ones are the following. The human body model is the most commonly used qualification specification. It is a standard to simulate a person becoming charged and discharged from bare finger to ground through a circuit. The machine model simulates a charged inductive object. Well, this can be a machine which is discharged through the device to the ground. And then there is the charged device model, which simulates an IC becoming charged and discharged to a ground metal surface without galvanic isolation. Yageo tests according to the human body model. We do not test ESD per machine model M and M, but we can estimate usually the stress level of MM ESD is approximately 10 times lower than of HBM ESD. Yageo does also noted test ESD per charge device model CDM, and here we cannot provide any estimated value. There are many more models used in the industry, and each model has its own variation. We have a UL 1449 certified testing lab in our factory in Dongguan. This lab was recognized with the UL WTDP Witness Testing Data Program, as well from TAF, Taiwan Accreditation Foundation. Yageo has an advanced experimental platform dedicated to providing customers professional and comprehensive service. The transient voltage suppressor diodes from Yageo has fast response speeds to protect your application against overvoltage spikes. It has low dynamic internal resistance and excellent clamping capability. Yageo offers different packaged and TVS products like SMA, SMB, SMC, as well leaded package P4K and so on. The working voltage of TVS diodes are from 3.3 up to 600 volt and can be even higher. TVS diodes can be ordered in unidirectional and bidirectional version. All TVS diodes with the 80 at the end of the part numbering system's code are automotive qualified in according to ACQ 101. Thank you very much for your time. I say Yageo and Kemet Infinity. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver. And as we close out this session, I would like to invite you to join us for other sessions of Design a Day Automotive. And if you have any questions, please submit them through go.kemet.com/did-contact, or you can send an email to Oliver. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see you at another Design a Day Automotive session.
Thank you, Wilma. Bye-bye. Take care.